Hi, today I want to do a review about a real-time GPS tracker. It's one of those things you can order on Amazon, and it is the TK9 series. So you have a TK905, 905B, etc. and that kind of stuff. I think there are various brand names, but I'm not sure. So if you look at the box, what you notice is that this is fairly thick. It's quite a thick box, and that is because it has a really large battery capacity. So this one has 10,000 milliamp hours at 3.7 volts, so that's quite a lot. It's almost a medium-sized power bank. The device itself is fairly simple. You have a hole in it with two connections. Here you have the USB-C connection to charge it, and here you have a SIM card slot, and that is for mobile connectivity. And also here you see a small hole, and that has 3 color LED in it: blue, yellow and red. Red is for charging, blue is for GPS reception, so if the GPS is locked, then it blinks, and yellow is for mobile connectivity. If it blinks, then it has mobile connectivity. And the whole idea is here that you buy your own SIM card and make sure that it is not protected by a pin, and insert it, and then the device starts operating. As already said, it's a GPS receiver. It's fairly sensitive. I thought it was 159 dBm, so that is as sensitive as a smartphone. It also has inside some kind of accelerometer for motion or vibration detection. It has a lanyard hole to secure it. Oh yeah, it has a big magnet inside. As you see, I've covered the serial number, and that has to do with the fact that if you know the serial number of the device, you can log into the website of the tracker. So you can basically operate the tracker with a smartphone app, but you can also look at tracks via the website, and then with the serial number you can log in. So it seems to be very insecure. And by the way, the serial number is also on the outside of the box, so somebody who is writing down these numbers can access web pages. So that's, I think, not a very secure thing. But anyhow, what can I say more about it? It has ingress protection 6.5. That means that it is completely protected against dust, and the 5 is for water ingress. 5 means that a directed beam of low pressure water it can resist, but it cannot, for instance, be immersed into water. You would need 7 or 8 then. Okay, then about operation. I can explain a little bit about it, because I was a little bit puzzled on how the whole thing works, but I can explain a little bit. The first thing you have to do is make sure that you have a SIM card with a data subscription and SMS subscription. Both are important. The device itself does not consume very much data, but nevertheless. So first thing you have to do is insert the SIM. And nowadays almost every SIM card is nano SIM. It does not support eSIM or whatever. And you can insert the SIM card in this way. So this side that way, and of the contacts of the SIM card up, and then you move it into the slot. You hear it click, and then it turns on. And now you can see the yellow LED is burning, also the blue, and that means that it has not yet have a GPS fix, and it does not yet have mobile connectivity. But after a while they both start blinking, and that means that you have a GPS fix and mobile connectivity. After you've done that, you have to close the cover. Oh yeah, now you already see it blinking. So it has mobile connectivity, but not yet a GPS fix. Yeah, I'm now inside, so it's more difficult to get a GPS fix, if possible at all, because GPS is not meant for indoor. Okay, you can close the lid now, like this. I've noticed that sometimes if you close the lid, it pushes against the SIM slot and then it pops out again, so that's to be a bit careful. So now basically the GPS tracker is operational. Now the device is operational. The idea is to store it in a camper van, and preferably in a spot where a potential thief cannot find it. The main use case is if a thief breaks into the camper van and manages to start the engine and drive away, you will get warned by either detection of vibration or movement. And secondly, you can track live where the vehicle is going. To tell you a little bit more on how this works, I made a picture of the system. So here you see the tracker. Here you see the app that is running. These are the main screens of the app. It's a live tracking screen, the historical route screen, and the alert messages screen. And apart from the app, you can also have the same functionality on your computer with a web client, but I will be focusing on the app. So the client devices, the phone and the web app, they are connected to the internet with the server and service that belongs with the tracker device. And for instance, if you want to look up a historical route with this screen in the app, you look at the server and you give a certain date, and then you can find a track on that date. However, if you want to do real-time tracking, that is not possible. And why is that? Basically because the tracker by default has not an internet connection. So the blue arrows here indicate internet connection. So how does it then work? Well, the tracker is default offline, but it goes online with either vibration, movement, leaving of a geofence, reception of a text message, an SMS message, that will go online. So at that moment, what will happen is that the tracker will give real-time positions and alarms to the server, to the internet, and that can be picked up by the app. And also with the app, you can now send either settings to the device or commands to the device. And also the real-time tracking is also available. You get updates of the real-time positions and possibly alarms that were sent with the tracker. But after 5 minutes of no movement, then basically the tracker goes offline again. And then note, you are not capable to send commands or settings anymore, but also you can't get the real-time location anymore, and that goes for the
for the app, but also for the web app. And the reason for this, I think, is twofold. The first reason is that it saves power, but the second reason is also that it saves data, because there is no data spent. Okay, but now you're offline, and now comes the part that is very hard for me, was very hard for me to understand. Okay, you have now, the tracker is in your camper van, you're, for instance, at home, or you're in a different location, and you have no way to control the device, because you can't send any commands to it. And you also can't find the real-time position at that moment. So you also don't know if the system is properly working. Maybe the software of the tracker hangs, or you have a hardware failure. So you have to really trust that the system is now armed and will go online in case of these events. Now we really thought, oh, this is really not making much sense. But it is possible to solve this, and that typically can be done by sending a text message, an SMS, with, for instance, a command. So if you do that, so from your phone, you make the message G123456 hashtag, and that is sent directly to the tracker device. And as you can see, reception of an SMS also will make the device go online. So then the device goes online, and then you have the capability of seeing the updated location at that moment, but you also can change settings, give commands to the device. The second thing that happens then, if there is a, let's say, you have sent the command, you get back a response of the command, also by text message. And the response to G123456 hashtag is basically the real-time location. So then you get a text message back to your phone with the real-time location. So that seems to work. The first thing I thought, wow, what this seems to be very, let's say, old school, using these text messages and SMS channel to use it. But if you come to think of it, it's actually quite a quite good idea. And the reason for that is the following. Suppose for some reason your internet data bundle of your phone is surpassed, so you have no data left, then this connection is not there, but still you will get in case of an alarm, you will get a text message to your phone, so you will still get notified. The same goes if for some reason the server is down, and that's a possibility. But even worse, suppose the whole manufacturer goes bankrupt, the app is no longer supported, and the backend service is no longer there. And still you have basic functionality via the SMS channel. So you can get basically notifications by text message. And if you then want to look where the vehicle is, you just send a command, the G123456 hashtag, and you will get the position. So the basic functionality still works without relying on the app and other infrastructure. What you lose, however, is of course the fancy real-time tracking screen. So you don't have this screen, and also the historical tracks are not saved, that kind of stuff. but still the system is usable in that way. There are a few things I have to, let's say, discuss further. So if you want to have a notification by the app, then you have to enable push notifications, because if you standard install the app, push notifications are not enabled. And the second thing, if you want to have the SMS system working properly, you have to set it up correctly, and I will give you some guidelines on how to do this. For that, I will go to the next screen. So that is the command screen. So you can use that when the device is online. It's also possible, I think, to issue commands by text message, but you then have to dive in the manual. It's easier when the device is online. You can just use the interface of the app. But what you basically have to do is set the administrator number in the device. And what you are doing then is you enter this number. And that is needed because the tracker has to know where to send back the confirmation settings of or the command response. That's one thing. And the other thing is only an admin phone is allowed to send commands. So if you set that up under this menu, and then you are able to send commands, and you will get notifications. You have also the option to set an SOS number. In that case, you can't send with that specific phone number, you can't send commands, but you will get notifications. So you can enter a list of numbers that will get notifications, but I would advise not to use this. Maybe there is a specific use case here, but in general, just filling out the admin number is okay. Now we have the screen here at hand. We can also look a little bit into the rest of the settings. So you can also set a overspeed alarm. That means that if the vehicle is passing a certain speed threshold, you get a notification. You also can set the time zone. Standard, the tracker gives out GMT time, not UTC as being said here, but GMT. And yeah, where I live, it's GMT +1. So you enter a +1 so that the text messages and the other timestamps that are used have the correct time. Then you get your own local time. This entry, I don't know exactly what it does. I've left it at default, and in default, when the tracker is online, it will push a GPS position every 30 seconds, and that's just fine for me. Here you can set the indicator light on and off. In principle, you can set it off because then the LED does not give an indication. And you will save a little bit of power, but I find it easier to just set it on. Then you have a switch for a low battery alarm. I think that's also useful. If the battery is below 20%, you will get a notification, and it means you will need to charge the device. This is the switch to turn on the vibration. So this is enabling, I think, the accelerometer. And you have a moving alarm switch. I'm not sure how exactly it's implemented. I think it's implemented by GPS, but it might also be implemented with the accelerometer, but I'm not sure. But it is very useful to enable it. The last setting, I recommend not to touch it. Battery saver when not moving. What I found in the manual means that that the device only will go online if there's a vibration alarm. So then you can't wake up the device with a text message. So that about the command settings. Then we still also have a screen with notifications. So you have SOS alarms, and that means if they are on, that means that these numbers are notified in case of an alarm. So they will get a text message with the alarm. I have set it to on, but I have no SOS number, so I could also have set it off. The vibration alarm, that means that you will get the vibration alarm. Somehow it seems to be double. If you enable it here, why would you enable it here and not enable it there? But okay. Then you have the overspeed alarm. Same thing here. So I've set it off. Here you can set the threshold. Then we have low power, and I think, I'm not sure, I can't find it in the documentation, but I think it is connected to this switch. It's also double. Then you have the remove alarm. I don't know exactly what it is. Same for the moving alarm. Maybe it means movement. It has to do something with this, but I don't know. Then you have the enter area alarm and leave area alarm. And these are the alarms you get when you, let's say, enter a geofence or leave a geofence. And then you have the lossing alarm, and so I have no clue on what that means. With this explanation and review, I hope that you better understand now how this tracker works and if it's suitable for you. I made a more in-depth conclusion with the positive and negative points on my website. You can find a link in the description below. If you found this video useful, please give me a thumbs up and see you next time.